Okay. As we see, agenda. Searching and finding print and online resources. For example, you find some of the resources. Let's say information avoidance behavior of information management students in that university. We can at least Google it, or at least Google. Let's do it in Google. For example, yeah, put in here and about ResearchGate personal information management practices. So the article is about information avoidance behavior of information management students in Punjab University. So why the main question is maybe why students avoid the information as they have this information management of the direction in studying, so they need to love maybe information or be curious about the information, but they avoid it. And that is the question. So we're trying to search about this topic in just Google, personal information management practices of university students for effectively management their personal information. But personal information is not really the topic. We need something about the behavior behavior towards the information. Personal information management again, University of Punjab. It's not about that. Institute of Information Management. From information seeking to information avoidance. You see, from information seeking to information avoidance. That is close to our topic. We can open it in a new tab and to have maybe some other resistant university students every day. Live information seeking. The study seeks to investigate the everyday life information seeking behavior of postgraduate students living in the residence of university. Actually, we can also open it. Licensed by despotic leadership, investigating harmful effects of leadership. It's not really what we need. What else? Also, we have some sort of elsewhere. For example, elsewhere.com. Accept additional cookies, it's okay. Publish with us, I don't need it. And we're putting our topic again in elsewhere. Do we have elsewhere.com? Elsewhere. Why it's not searching? Like India, English, United Kingdom, English. But we need particular topic. Can you browse it? Is it shop? Accept all. United States? No, actually, it's not the topic. It said no results. Found and please edit your search query to find results. Actually, your topic is not really is not really spread. So we see the lack of information. We also have, for example, eLibrary. eLibrary.ru. What can we What can we find here? I'm just curious about Russian articles on this. Maybe do we have? I don't know. Just try to find this. No, no any. So we have in lack of information. Maybe we need to search some clues. For example, information avoiding behavior, something like that. Information avoiding behavior, just only 3, like this one. And again, we don't have any information resistant. University students everyday life information seeking behavior in Pakistan. From information seeking to information avoidance. So we have, you see, elsewhere. So it found in elsewhere, from information seeking to information behavior. And I'm interested, please record the video when you write and self-write how to give the idea how you write. Okay. Can you send me the sources that you have found about your topic? For example, as you see in introduction, we say background, aloneness, theoretical foundation, information source expert, information overload, and its impact. Discussion conclusion. Also, you can search for literature in other articles. For example, in this one, The impact of workplace information literacy on organizational innovation. The dimension of, so you can read this one. How many bots in Russian troll tweets? Social media addiction. What is the role of content in YouTube? Information overload. It's time to face the problem. For example, this one. Will be at your literature review. Like this one. So you can read other articles in order to find the resources that they used. Role of information anxiety and information load on processing prescription drug information leaflets. Information overload, maybe this one. Overload. That there are a lot of information nowadays and we need to avoid it. The dark side of information, maybe this one also. Information overload introduction, also in encyclopedia in politics, like this. Yes, you see, you also have found some of them. For example, this one. So you're combining the list of your terms. Then evaluating sources for relevance and reliability. You should estimate what exactly, what sources exactly you are going to use, because which one is useful for you. Maybe this one also, and download the article, and you can find other sources in these particular articles also in the end, right? For example, if we download this article, let's confirm you're human. What should I find the beds? Okay, this one, like this one, okay, and this one also. All the curtains, this one, and this one too. Success. So, and in the end, you see, introduction, research objectives, what? Literature review. And you see the literature review here. It's not really big. So there is like this one. You see? Literature review. There is a myriad of scenarios in which information is valued and pursued. Individuals take information so some sort of beginning, then according to Goleman, people sometimes avoid information strategically. For example, and defense attorney might not want to know whether his client is actually good. So we write about information that we can find in these particular sources that we. So for that, you need to read, to read all of that information and to understand which information is reliable and useful for your study. So you just first you find all of that possible sources, 1, 2, 3 from different articles. For example, in the end of this one, in the end, you see, in the end, Where is it in the end? Appendix, like this one. References, you see references. So all of that information can also be useful for you. So you read them too and choose the particular sources that you want to use in your study. Let it be about 10 maybe. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and to 10. Find some 10 of them, which is the most close to your topic. You read it and you're try to ostrich problem, for example, motivated avoidance and rejection of information about goal progress. It also can be close to your avoiding of information, becoming self-regulated learner, and overview theory into practice. So all of that you search and find the particular that you are going to use. After that, you read them in a whole. You should read them, all of them, all the article. And in the article also, you have the example of literature review. You see, literature review. And you can take it as an example. So you are talking about your topic and you prove every of your summary, all of your summary. You prove it with the resources. You see, according to Goleman, it is another author who wrote this site. You see, this site. And he makes it in parentheses in order to show that it is citation. So he reference to this Goleman. That's why he says, according to Goleman, something is like this. And you prove your summary on this. So this assumption doesn't always hold, however. So you say some saying, and you prove it by the resource, by the source. So it makes your summary and your literature and your study proven by other sources. So you find the source in order to prove your own words and your own summary and your own thinking about something. So it is scientific approach to prove every of your saying, every your thesis by another source. Then in Bernstein, you see, in Bernstein article, Dr. Shepard said that people avoid stressful because they might. So you find particular article like this one, for example, or another one, and search what they say about avoiding of information, to information avoidance. For example, they can write about the process when they went from international informational seeking to information avoidance. You need to find the particular saying about the avoiding. For example, like this, avoid, even like this, information avoiding, but in the text. It can even lead to discontinuation of information seeking, the use of information sources, and ultimately information avoidance. High level of uncertainty in newspaper stories about treatment create health information overload. So, students found information overload as a case of psychological stress negative emotions, negative effects, depressing symptoms, trait anxiety, and trait anger. Studies also show the information information overload is, in general, adversely affects human information processing capacity. So, you say, for example, that overload of information, leads to stress, to these negative effects, negative emotions, psychological stress, negative effects, repression, and so on. And you reference to this article, because you took it from this article. You see, you say something, and you find the proof that it's true, that it is proved by another source, not your own, but another scientist. So you write that, for example, there are some researches about information awareness behavior, information awareness, which there are some researchers who writes about information awareness because it can lead to Ivutetov and this, and you can cite this one. Students found information overload as a case of psychological stress, and also you see psychological stress and they have reference to another, so you can go there, like, who was there? Epper, information quality and information overload, you see? Yeah, and you can also cite from this one. Information, again, you find information about the awareness and say about this, or to reference to this one. For example, researches like this, or how did we saw it in another one, in Bernstein article, in for example, one of them, in Sarah Khalif Soroya article, like this one, as an example, in Sarah's Soroya's article, they say that, and again, they say that overload of information can lead to, and you just copy it as a site, like this one. Where is it? Not here. But somewhere here. It can lead to discontinuation of information seeking. Overload as a cause of psychological stress, negative, and anger, like this. You cite it in parentheses, but maybe without this one. You can or you also can cite this one too, if you have an access to that articles. But also this is okay, because you already said that it's Soroya, Hanif Soroya article, right? So we have this reference. And write it in like this. Like you see, in Goldman 2027 and 2017, and we say like Sarah Hanif Soya in 2021, like this one. Sarah Hanif Soya, sorry, Sarah Hanif Soya, copy, like this. Sarah Hanif Soya 2021. Not to forget that you took this saying from this article. So, and all the other, so other ideas, idea number 2, idea number 3, all you're saying, like, right, saying about something, right? And you prove, idea, you need to prove by the citation, like this, you see? And all of them should be proven by another one, proven by the another also, and saying about this also should be proven. So or every your saying or idea or thesis should be proven by your source. All the sources should be fixed. So when you then again, you see, he writes about this article, some ideas, and also we want to think, la 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 la. He adds, people also avoid information, and all of that. And you see, again, people also avoid information. That is his idea. And after that, he makes the reference again to another one, to another source. So every saying is proved by the source here, by the resource, by the source of literature. After that, Sweeney Melnick Shepherd defines information awareness as a behavior, la 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 la. Again, citation and the reference to their work. Reference on a particular page, you see? Even you can write the particular page where these people say about your idea. So every of your ideas here, as you see, are proven by the particular pages in other sources, in every of your sources. And you write one idea to another, what you think about information awareness behavior of students in your, so every of your source should be used for your ideas, for proving of your ideas. That is the main thing of literature review. All your literature review should be present here in the literature review and prove your ideas, prove your thesis, prove your saying that you say about information awareness. Progress monitoring helps people, la 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 la. Again, you see, particular page. It is important for college student of self-monitor, la 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 la. Again, proved by another one, resources. So there are all of your ideas, but they should be proved by the particular source on a particular pages. So first you find your sources, you read them, you understand in which particular source you're going to prove your own ideas about this. So you search what in the theory already done on your topic. Everything that they investigated, you should prove it and fix in your literature review. In present study, Austrian effect is exposed against an academic and backtype, since many of them, too often, they don't know to tell whether. And here in the last paragraph, he says that in present study, what you are going to investigate, what particular study do you have in your research? So how are you going to add what important idea you're going to add in your study after all of that made research and already? So they investigate all of that. They proved all of their sayings, and they in this way they developed the science, right? But you are going to develop the science, and you are going to study, to make your own study, your present study. And you are saying in this particular paragraph, what exactly are you going to research? What exactly are you going to study? So many of them are motivated to avoid material information, academic goals, progress. Too often students have obscure idea. They are unable to tell definitely whether they are on schedule when it comes to writing papers, for example, meeting deadlines or others. So he says that students have some obscure idea. Is it right or not? That is the question of your study. So you write some sort of hypothesis, some sort of hypothesis, in order to prove it in the end of your study, because your study will prove that you are right in your hypothesis. And in the last paragraph, you should write your hypothesis. What are you going to prove during your study, during your research? And that is the end of in literature review. After that, you will be you will make your own research, and after that you will need to find about the methods that you are going to use in your research for proving this hypothesis that you are writing in the last paragraph of literature review. That is the main idea. So I believe that's quite clear that you are proving all your saying and what is done in your topic in the science, and in the end you find something in the science which is not investigated, which is not opened, which is not studied, and you study, you're going to prove your idea about something that is not covering yet in the science. So you write hypothesis, and then you will check it and you will estimate it. Is it right or not? Based on your maybe questioning or your other methods. So after that, you will write research methods, but it is the next step. So first, write the literature review, as I told you. Literature review. You see, only one, actually only one page. One page and a little, and 2 paragraphs. So 1 page and a half, some sort of. It's not really big. So I believe it can help you. If you have any question, please ask me and I'll try to answer it. And first, you're going to study all of your sources, read it first, and then understand what ideas you're going to take into your literature review from them. So that is all for now.